Good afternoon, and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our New York studio. I'm Chris Taylor. Our top story this afternoon, U.S. President Donald Trump has warned that what he called the clock is ticking for Iran, saying Washington will only strike a deal when it serves American interests and global stability. In a post on Truth Social, President Trump said he is under no pressure and has, in his words, all the time in the world. He claimed Iran is facing increasing military and strategic setbacks, while pointing to the ongoing blockade and warning that conditions for Tehran could worsen. Trump concluded by saying any agreement would only be made when it is appropriate and beneficial for the United States, its allies, and the wider international community. Meanwhile, Iran's supreme leader Mojtaba Khamenei has warned that what he described as enemy media operations are attempting to influence public opinion and weaken national unity and security. In a post on X, Khamenei said such efforts are designed to affect the minds and morale of the Iranian people, in what appeared to be a reference to the United States and Israel. He urged vigilance, saying negligence could allow those intentions to succeed. He also praised what he called strong unity among Iranians, saying it has already created divisions among adversaries and will continue to strengthen national resilience. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has also stressed that the country is, in his words, more united than ever, highlighting close coordination between diplomacy and the battlefield. He said despite rising tensions, Iran's institutions are functioning with discipline and unity, describing this as a response to what he called Israel's failed actions. At the same time, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghaei accused both the United States and Israel of spreading fear over Iran's nuclear program for more than 2 decades. He rejected those claims as baseless, while confirming that Iran is preparing for negotiations but remains ready for any possible scenario. For more on regional developments, we go now to our Islamabad correspondent, Sarah William.
Thank you, Chris. Officials across the region continue to closely monitor the diplomatic and military situation as tensions remain high between Washington and Tehran. Analysts say both sides are using strong public messaging while keeping channels for possible negotiations open. In Islamabad, policy experts believe regional stability will depend heavily on whether diplomatic efforts can prevent further escalation in the Gulf. Governments are also watching the impact on trade routes, energy supplies, and broader security across the Middle East.
Thank you, Sarah William, reporting from Islamabad. Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf has also rejected claims of divisions within the country's leadership, stating there are no radicals or moderates, only Iranians. In a post on X, he emphasized unity between the nation and the government while pledging full support for the supreme leader. His remarks were echoed by President Masoud Pezeshkian, reinforcing the message of national cohesion. The statements came in response to earlier comments by Donald Trump, who suggested internal disagreements among Iranian leadership. Iranian officials have dismissed those claims, stressing unity in the face of external pressure. In regional aviation news, Kuwait has reopened its airspace for the first time since the outbreak of the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran, marking an important step toward restoring normal air traffic. Authorities said the reopening follows a temporary suspension imposed because of regional security concerns and attacks on airport facilities. Officials confirmed the move is part of a phased plan to gradually resume full operations at Kuwait International Airport. The closure had remained in place since late February amid escalating conflict across the region. A U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports is also expected to increase pressure on Iran's oil exports in the coming weeks, although analysts say claims of an immediate economic collapse may be premature. The standoff in the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical energy routes, has intensified as tensions continue. Experts warn Iran could face storage shortages within weeks, potentially forcing a reduction in oil production. However, analysts note that Iran has shown resilience under previous sanctions. President Trump has claimed Iran is collapsing financially, but market observers say the full economic impact may take longer to become visible. And finally, Reza Pahlavi, the exiled son of Iran's former Shah, was splashed with red liquid during a visit to Berlin. The incident happened as he was leaving a press briefing where he had criticized the U.S.-Iran ceasefire and called on Western countries to take stronger action against Tehran. Reports say the liquid, believed to be tomato juice, was thrown by a protester who was immediately detained by police. Pahlavi was not injured and continued meeting supporters before leaving the area. The incident reflects growing tensions and divisions surrounding Iran's political future and opposition movements. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.